Hey, it's Patrick, and today I'm going to show you how to put a full exhaust system on your sport bike. Now, what is a full exhaust system? Well, it's a complete exhaust with full-length headers and a performance muffler. Now, why would you want to do that? Stick around for this episode of On the Lift and find out. Now there's three main reasons why you would want to do this. Number one, of course, is performance. Stock systems are very restrictive, and this new hot rod full system is going to unlock the full potential of your engine. Next is sound. When you unlock that horsepower, you're going to unlock some sound. Not only is it going to be louder than it was stock, it's going to have a better, more of a hot rod tone. When you're going down the road, you can really hear that engine. And the third reason is weight savings. The stock systems are very, very heavy, especially with catalytic converters. They're pretty porky, and a new full system will cut all that out of there and save you a ton of weight. Now for today, we're actually gonna be installing a Two Brothers DB Pro system on a 2009 R6. Most sport bikes, this installation is going to be very, very similar. So let's take a look and see what we need to get this job done. First, we're gonna need a full exhaust system. Next, you don't need a lift, but it's helpful. You can do this job on your garage floor. The other thing you're gonna need is a basic set of metric hand tools with Allen wrenches. You don't need a torque wrench, but it's a bonus if you have one, and you are gonna need a set of new exhaust gaskets. The first thing we need to do is get the right side fairings off. Now these may come off in more than one piece, but the idea is to take your time and make sure you get all the fasteners loose so you can get the piece off. Also, make sure to unplug your turn signal. Now we need to unhook our exhaust valve. Not all bikes have these, but they are very common. A lot of late model sport bikes have these exhaust valves in them, and our new full system isn't gonna have that valve, so it eliminates these cables going down to it. And kind of the best thing to do is eliminate the whole system, take the cables off and just leave that servo motor, but that can leave you a engine light if you disconnect that. So the best thing to do is to get a servo buddy, plug that in. You don't have to worry about those servo gears wearing out, and it'll get rid of your engine light. Next, remove the muffler from the motorcycle. You have to loosen the clamp that attaches it to the header or the catalytic converter and unbolt it from the hanger. From there, we need to remove the stock O2 sensor from the stock header and leave it hang there for now. Now, loosen your radiator support back up at the front of the bike. You should be able to leave the radiator intact, but removing the support will give you the room you need to get to the header nuts. Next, we need to remove the exhaust header nuts in order to remove the header. You will need an extension to reach the nuts. I recommend removing all but the two outside nuts and removing them last. A little wiggle and the header should be free of the bike. Next, remove the old exhaust gaskets and replace them with some fresh ones. That was nice. Sometimes when you put the exhaust gaskets in, you go to put the header in, the exhaust gasket will start to fall out on you. So if you just take a little dab of grease, put just a little bit of grease on that exhaust gasket and stick it up in there, it'll help hold it in there, and the grease just burns off when you start the bike. Now that our exhaust gaskets are in, we can install the new header. Take your time, line up all the exhaust collars with the studs. Again, I recommend installing the nuts on the outside of the header first, so it will hold itself up while you install the rest of the bolts. Tighten the bolts evenly across the header. Use a torque wrench if you have one, and your torque spec should be somewhere between 15 and 20 foot-pounds. Next, we'll install the O2 sensor into the mid-pipe and attach the mid-pipe to the header. Slide the clamp over the mid-pipe and make sure the bolt on the clamp is facing down for easy access. Don't tighten this just yet. Now we need to install our muffler hanger, and again, don't tighten this up just yet. For this particular pipe, we are using a Two Brothers DB Pro, and we can tune the sound of our pipe with different DB inserts. After we reinstall our muffler cap, we'll be ready to install the muffler on the bike. Line up the spring tabs so they are in line and use the supplied spring tool to pull the springs over each tab. Now attach the muffler to our hanger bracket and tighten it up. Now we can go back and tighten the other hanger bolt and the mid-pipe clamp. Go back to the front of the bike, reinstall your radiator bracket. Once the exhaust is installed on the bike, make sure to give it a good wipe down. Otherwise, it will burn your greasy fingerprints onto the pipe surface for good. Reinstall the right side fairing, working from front to back using the fasteners you took off earlier. Congrats, you're all done and it's ready for a fire up. Your sound will vary depending on the make, model of the bike and the exhaust you use, but you can definitely tell a huge improvement with the new freer flowing exhaust compared to the old restrictive stock unit. All right, now you know how to install a full exhaust system on your motorcycle. As additional considerations, I would strongly recommend adding a tuner and high flow filter to your new hot rod exhaust system. Although it's not absolutely necessary, it will benefit your motorcycle. If you have any more questions, go ahead and hit that info tab on your desktop or mobile device. That will take you to the product detail page. You can read other riders' reviews and more specs about the exhaust systems you're interested in. If you still have questions, feel free to reach out to our customer service team. They would love to talk to you about your motorcycle and what exhaust system is right for your riding style and budget. As always, I'm Patrick. Thank you for watching. Go work on those motorcycles.